Before we begin, I'd just like to acknowledge that I've selected a bad background t-shirt facial colour. It's not flattering. Now we've got it out the way, let's leave it behind. Now we'll pick a different background next time. Hi all, welcome to today's Stay at Home Art Club. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a kind of positive motto collage thing. So this is what mine ended up looking like. So it's kind of like we're going to collage our nice motto on in bits of cut out letters and put them on a pretty picture. It's nice and simple, it's nice and tactile, put on some loud music, cut some stuff up, it's great. So the vibe is more like I'm 11, I've got some scissors, I'm going to make a pretty picture of all the magazines I have, rather than like budget serial killer from daytime TV, okay? So remember that. So our first step is we're gonna select the image that we want to put our motto on. Don't need to worry about the motto at the moment, that might come from the image. So you might have something already lying around, like maybe an old postcard somebody sent you, that could be quite nice, or a page from a book. Something like this might be quite nice, you know, a nice relaxing scene. Maybe you've got a picture that you've done in the past that you'd like to use. If you've got a printer at home, have a wee Google, you can print some stuff out. Here's a wee, not a wee, here's a few examples for you to have a look at, maybe get those creative juices flowing, you know. So if you're just using an image and you don't need to collage anything, that's great. You just want to cut it out and have it as a bit of paper and then skip forward to do where we're doing the lettering. Or alternatively, we can collage something together. So I've made my collage out of this lovely gardening catalogue that Judy gave me a while back and that I've snaffled home with me when lockdown began, and I've cut out all my favourite bits and made a lovely kind of smooshy background, and I'll just show you how I've done that. Yeah, so I just kind of cut out all my favourite bits, cut them out in kind of different wavy shapes, and then just played around with them, layering them, moving them around, see if I like them or not, and then when I'm happy with it, I glue it down. So now we're on to thinking about what kind of motto we'd like. So I've got mine from The Mindfulness Book of Cats, which is something that you'll become very familiar with if you're going to be doing Zoom calls with us. I'm going to be cracking this one out regularly. Sorry in advance. So mine one was let go of the stress of perfectionism, which is especially important at the moment because how are we going to be perfect? One, ever, but two, especially at the moment because it's very stressful. So it's the full thing is be especially aware of your judgments and expectations today. Let go of the stress of perfectionism, but quite frankly, that's too long. So I've cut it in half a bit. So maybe you've got a wee quote that you kind of think about when you're down, or you've got someone that Pinterest board on the internet that I know you have. But if you don't, here's a few that you could pick from. Try not to pick anything too long, or you'll be there all day. Oh, aye. once you've selected your pearls of wisdom that you're going to put on top of your picture, or that bit of inspiration that you need, we need some magazine bits that we can cut letters out of. So if you've still been receiving junk mail, now is its time to shine. You want to grab it, you want to leaf through it, find the bits with maybe some quite big letters, you don't want anything too fiddly. Write out your quote so you know what letters you need, and then just as you cut them out, place them on your quote. Farm foods menus, farm foods flyers are particularly useful for this because they've got lots of different colours and you can take the letters off all the packaging. So if you've been getting that through your door, great. If you've also got an old-timey book that you don't read, cutting out the letters of that can be really nice as well. Don't worry about cutting them out too neatly. We're going for like a DIY finish here. We're letting go of the stress of perfectionism. So the charm is making them a bit crooked. We don't want super straight lines. They can be a bit raggedy, it'll just look better. Then, once you've made sure you've got all your letters, just again, you're placing them on your image, trying out where you want them to be, move them around a bit, make sure you're happy, and then once you're happy, glue them down. Then it should be all finished. You might find it goes a bit curly in the process, just because paper's like that, you know. In which case, once your glue is dry, you can pop it in a big heavy book and leave it overnight, and that'll make it all nice and flat and ready to go on your wall where it's going to inspire you, maybe if you want. Alright, so I hope that was a little bit useful. And today's joke is... Oh, I think today's joke is my nail. Look at those. Whew, sorry. Today's joke is, have you seen the film about the wisdom tooth? It's called An Inconvenient Tooth. I was quite weak. I couldn't find anything good today. Like I ever can. Alright. Hope you have a lovely week. Take care. Hopefully see you soon.